Welcome, welcome. Let me give you guys the rundown as to what I've gotten done today. Or I guess not today, but yesterday. So I disabled the melon and pumpkin farm so that I could work on the horse farm. But I actually fixed it up a bit more so that it's toggleable, so I can turn it on and off. It just drops down a bunch of redstone blocks, and you guys can see that it powers all of the pistons so that none of the stems can grow any melons or pumpkins. This switch will basically not only just disable these redstone pistons, but it also power our minecart rail so that it sends it on its way, drop off some things. I put the hopper back because I stole it, and that actually brings me on to the next thing, because I took the hopper since our iron golem farm basically died, and as you can tell, I've pretty much fixed that issue. All I had to do is get the villagers to sleep in the beds. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. But yeah, we got ourselves 48 iron blocks right now in there. And then I actually found out that I had more iron back at my base. I don't know why I never looked into it. Yeah, I'm happy to say this is, functionality-wise, this is completed. We're gonna have to put a shell on it at some point in time. Hold on. So you thought you could live here? You're just simply wrong. Get out of here. As I was about to say, I actually did go out and chop down a bunch more oak trees, and we replaced the grass that was in here with podzol because it's brown. I also brought in all our donkeys. They're all kind of garbage right now, so I put them in that pen. I think the way I sorted these was fast and jump, and then fast. Our garbage horses seem to have vanished. I don't actually know what happened to them. And I filled in the holes over here. Okay, I confess, I did it. They were freed, is what I'll say. Oh yeah, I did a teeny tiny bit of work with some walls up here. Not a whole lot, but you guys get the feel, right? There's gonna be a little window where you can look in. I'm debating about making this like a full window where you can just look out right through this, like that. I kind of do like that better. I think I will go with that. Put up some fences where I think fences will be. I believe that might just be it for our updates. Now I will say I do kind of want to take a break from horses. I've spent like the last 2 episodes working with horses, and I just need a break. I need to start finishing things, but yeah. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Souris, and this is my Let's Play. Anyways. Oh, you know what? We could very well do this one, so why don't we do it? Checking out this boat, right? You know, something I've been putting off since the very first episode, practically. So here we are, the boat. Now, this is sort of a celebration of all the progress we've been making on YouTube. Figured I might as well do something a little special, right? And what better than to check out the boat? Should I take a look inside? All right, my hand is hovering over the chest right now. What is that? Buried treasure? Now for our second chest. Nope. We're not doing that. Never taking that loot. Never. You guys thought I would, but you guys were wrong. One thing that I just realized, though, is I actually did have a plan, and I forgot something over at the village, so that means we have to go back. We have to go back to the village, guys. Time for our sad little trip back there. Let's take some of these, take some of those. Well, I don't really need sticky pistons for what I'm making. Take half a stack of you. Should be good to make what we're gonna make, right? Now for the walk back, huh? Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to do, actually, is basically finish up this thing, right? So we've been waiting until we had access to infinite iron, and then I forgot about it. Right. I got a little sidetracked. I was never intending on having it just be you fuel it and it runs. I've always intended for this to actually function as a dual farm. We need to actually set up another station similar to this, right? Except instead of cactus coming out into the chest, it would be, well, bamboo, of course. What else are we gonna use? You know, I would consider kelp, but I feel like kelp is worse. Right about here is fine, right? Well, no, we want it right here. We'll have it stretch out for as long as this dirt thing is. So about 16 blocks it seems, and we're gonna need to sleep. I think I'll set it up similar to our sugarcane farm, except I'm not gonna have a goofy little gimmick with it. So this is the front wall, basically. This is what this is. So we'll have a section dedicated to catching all of it, and then we'll have where it goes right here. So all the bamboo will go right about here. It'll grow up one and then get knocked down into a stream or something. Piston right about just along that line, right? So we'll have our beautiful bamboo growing. I only want the bamboo to grow 1 block above where the base is. So we'll put another grass block right on top. I think what we'll do is we'll just set it up so that there's one observer on one of the ends, and it'll just watch for whether or not, or we can even do 2 observers on both ends whenever we get an observer for that. And basically what will happen with this farm is the cycle will repeat. I don't have enough pistons on me right now, but another line of pistons, and yeah, it just stacks like that, and it's really compact. Do I have redstone? Why am I like this, guys? Just jumping in to let you guys know that there's gonna be a bit of bird chirping after this point in the video, so enjoy. All right, so I did a whole bunch off camera, and voila. So that whole thing is completed, and we don't quite have a front to it, but that's okay for now. We don't need it yet. And we also set up a little collection minecart. Right now I have it disabled so that it can actually build up a collection. And yes, I actually did build more on the other side. However, I ran out of cobblestone entirely. So we're probably gonna be sitting over at the cobblestone farm for a minute. I just wanted to give you guys a quick progress update, and it's going pretty darn well. I will say, once you start building one of these layers, the next ones become easier and easier and easier, so long as you have the materials required. Originally I had it set up so that it's just one minecart going all the way around. I didn't think one of these farms was good enough for all 4 furnaces. I mean, it might be, I don't know, I was feeling a little worried about it, so I'm building another one on the other side. It looks pretty nice when it has, you know, the 2 farms on the opposite sides of each other. This one's missing 1 layer, of course. Probably gonna head over there in a second. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are wondering why my voice might possibly sound a bit better, that's because I got a new phone over the weekend, and it's doing wonders. It is doing wonders. My old phone was from 2017, so you can clearly tell that I needed an upgrade. But for now, I'm just gonna sit here at this farm until I have enough cobblestone to finish that layer off, and then we can probably boot the whole system into action, even though we're not running at full efficiency over there. And just like that, we have finished building both sides to this thing. So slowly over time, we shall start fueling these furnaces, and I think once we have enough fuel inside of each of these hoppers, I think that's when I'm going to kick it into power. Like, I'm going to turn it on. Hopefully I'll have time to show you guys what that's about. So my main reason for building this whole thing was so that I could get XP, and now that we have access to mending, I felt like it's a really good time to actually get our hands on this XP now, rather than never. Because honestly, I thought I would have had this whole thing done by now. That's the whole reason I have my enchanting table over there. But as it turns out, so far my best source of XP has been the village. But I don't want to have to trade in order to get XP. I want to be able to get XP on my own terms. I want to be able to just flip a switch, or even just, you know, smelt so much cactus that it just starts to build up. And I can just empty a chest, or, you know, like take out some cactus, like green dye, and then just have a ton of XP right off the bat. Alright, so I think we've been waiting long enough, so let's go ahead and flip the cactus on. Whoop. It's going to run around the whole system and bounce right back, dropping off 2 cacti into each of the furnaces. I actually have tested this a little bit prior, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off so it doesn't overfill the furnaces. I do think I need to add more layers to both sides of these. Oh, and I should also probably add a front like cover, so that it actually catches all of the bamboo. These will smelt up and then drop off into the chests down below. And I'll say once these are entirely full, I'll probably come by, chop the chests, and eventually there will be like some sort of lever somewhere, and I'll flip it. That'll drop a piston down, allowing some water to flow out. I think I want in the center for there to be like a flush hidden like trapdoor thing that just opens up and drops all of the garbage into like a lava pit or something. I don't exactly know what I'll do with this much green dye. I just sort of am doing it for the XP anyway, so I might not actually need to add another layer. It might just be that the minecart takes too long to go back all the way up and down this thing, so I might have to shift the collection system a little closer to the hoppers, since the issue that we come into is once we run out of bamboo, there comes a point where we can't restock the bamboo in the furnaces. I think it takes like 3 bamboo to smelt 1 item, and the rate that we're getting this is 2 bamboo. So I don't know how I could possibly fix that right now, but that's something for the future. Our biggest problem is that we produce way too much cactus for the amount of bamboo that we're providing. Unfortunately, that is about all that I have for you guys today. In the future, I'll probably, I don't know, do something a little more interesting, I guess. But this was meant to be like a bit more of a relaxing video, I suppose. I just want to say real quick, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. That's crazy. I don't know. It just happened today. Bye. Way to interrupt the clip, man.